It's springtime. You know what that means? Time to plant some flowers. We got all kinds of seeds to plant. Okay, here we are. We are on the side of our house that gets the most shade. Really the only place in our yard that gets any shade at all. So it has this nice, beautiful shade tree above it. So when I was at the Dollar Tree the other day, I saw they had a bunch of seeds. So I found these impatiens. But what I didn't realize, they need to be planted in the shade. So I'm going to try them out here since this is the only place in our whole garden that gets any shade at all. So this garden has been a little bit neglected the past few years. We've been focusing on other things. You'll see that it doesn't really have any mulch or even topsoil for that matter. And you'll see that a lot of the roots are showing. So I got some bags of topsoil to cover the roots to help our plants that are currently growing here and hopefully to help our impatiens as they grow too. In our spring video for March, we talked about the Queen Emma crinum lily or crinum, and this is one of the adult sizes. You'll see they get this flaky little bark that comes off and they just keep growing bigger and bigger. And these ones are actually pruned down quite a bit. They can probably fill in this whole gap between them, but we need to get to the hose, so we try to keep them under control. Okay, let's see how this new little garden goes, or at least sprucing it up. Okay, first up we're gonna open up our topsoil and spread it around. So I have a few piles where I've just dumped my topsoil. Then I'm going to come in here in a minute with my rake and spread it around and try to get it as even as we can. And then we will sow our seeds and hope that they work. Not a very big seed grower, so we'll have to see how they work out. Starting down here at the far end of our garden, just raking out the topsoil. I think we're gonna need a few more bags. Doesn't quite look like it's going to cover all the roots that are here. But we'll do our best for today. Anyway. And hopefully it's enough to get our seeds sown. The seeds are supposed to be sown in March, I believe, in the beginning of March. Maybe even in February. We're at the end of March. But I think it'll be okay. What do you think? You ever grown impatiens before? I've never grown impatiens before. Never really grown anything as far as flowers go from seeds. We usually get them at the plant store already in the little pots. They're already seeded, little seedlings for us to plant. It will be much easier, or much cheaper, I should say, if they do grow. Because I don't have that much money to pour into my wonderful little hobby that I have here. It could get quite expensive. Okay, the topsoil is spread, at least as much as we can do right now. I think I will pick up a few more bags to help even everything out. But I think this should be good to start our seedlings at least. Okay, I think we're going to focus our impatient seeds on these last two sections here, because the middle section there is the hose where we have to go quite often, and I think my seeds might get trampled, and on the other side I think it might get too much sun. So it says to just sprinkle our seed. It said that this isn't all seed, that there's other organic matter in there also. So hopefully we're getting all of the seeds sown. And hopefully they're distributed pretty evenly and not a whole bunch in one spot. All right, so we got them sprinkled. Now I got to use my rake again to mix them up, and then we'll give them a little bit of water, and it should be good to go. And then we'll check on it in a couple weeks and see how they're looking. Okay, time for the last step, making sure our seeds are nice and watered and moist. And we'll have to come out here every day, make sure we keep them moist. Again, this area here did not get any seeds. This is just for our topsoil to cover our roots of our plants. Down here is where we planted our seeds. So I just want to be sure that we get it nice and moist so that our seeds can germinate and hopefully grow into lots of pretty flowers for us for only like $1. How cool would that be? That would be awesome. You got one little section here. This little rose that popped up here, when we originally bought our house about 10 years ago, we had roses planted in between all of these plants, and they all seemed to die out. For at least 5 years they've been dead, and then last year this one just popped up out of nowhere. Hasn't had a flower yet, but it definitely looks like a rose to me. So we'll have to see what color rose it is. We had some pretty ones planted here, but they didn't seem to like this area. Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next garden, our flagpole garden. Last year we had some white and red vincas and some pretty blue evolvulas. This year we're going to try something different. We're going to try our seeds that we got from the Dollar Tree and see how they work out. It should be nice and easy to plant. Just going to rake out all of the mulch that we had from last year so that the seeds can get down into the soil. And we have 2 different kinds of flowers we're going to plant here. One of them grows up to like 5 feet, it says. So we're going to plant those back here in the back, and we'll plant the smaller ones in the front. That way from the road you'll be able to see them all, and hopefully they'll look very beautiful. Just hoping that these seeds work out really well and give us some beautiful blooms this season. Okay, it looks like we got almost all the mulch out. Time to go get some seeds. All right, for this garden, these are the 2 flowers that we have picked out. We have some cosmos. They're the ones that grow tall, so they'll be in the back. And we have some zinnias, and they grow in the front, so that hopefully we'll be able to see them both from the road. First, we're starting off with our cosmos seeds. It said they should be about 1 inch apart. So let's see here. Where do we want to put them at? Hopefully they grow in our sandy soil. Just 1/4 inch deep, so they don't need to be very deep at all. Let's see, can we get them up? Maybe? They look to me like similar to, what kind of seeds do these look like? They look very familiar to me, but I'm not sure. There's like little pieces of grass or something. Okay, so we'll put one here. We'll put one here, just about 1 inch apart. Pretty close. Just kind of sprinkling them around. I'll do another layer here in front. There we go. I'm just going to cover it up lightly. That shouldn't need too much. All right. That's it for our cosmos. I'm going to plant some zinnia seeds in the front. Okay. Let's look at our zinnia seeds. Oh wow, the zinnia seeds are much bigger. They look like little leaves. The other one look more like grass. This one looks like little leaves. Let's see, let's try to make kind of the same pattern, a little arch here. Okay. Looks like it's about the same spacing also. Oh, there's a beautiful dove. Okay. There we go. There's all of our seeds. All right, cosmos and zinnias have been planted. We'll give it a little bit of water and then wait a week and see if we have any seedlings coming out.